Hello, my name is Jonathan Silverblad. This is a tech preview of one of my many incomplete side projects. It is called CashID and is an application for managing identities and authenticating with websites using the BitID protocol. The design is fairly simple. You have a big connect icon in the center of the app, which you can tap, which then lets you scan a BitID login request. When it has scanned the login request, it presents you with the name of the service based on the contents of that service SSL certificate. It also takes the colors from the fav icon of that website if it is capable of finding one, or uses gray colors otherwise. As you can see here, it shows that we do not have any previously linked identities for this service, and I'm going to start by using an anonymous identity in order to commit to the login procedures. Now, this is a tech preview, and BitID does not have widespread services. As a result, I have no service available with which I can test this application at all. Anyway, I tap Use Anonymous Identity, and it will tell me in this developer preview that it will use this address to send the request to, and this is the data that it will send to that address. Basically, it takes the login challenge request and signs it with my private key, then posts back to it the public key to represent my identity and a signature proving that this is actually the key pair I am in control of. After that, it tells me that it doesn't work, and the reason that it doesn't work right now is that Glidera's login is based on Bitcoin BTC and does not support the Bitcoin BCH cache address format. So the address I'm using isn't valid for them. I suspect that if I were using an address format that is compatible with them, they would still complain that I'm not using an address in their registry of users, so it wouldn't work anyway unless I made an account first. Now, this is the process that it's supposed to be. You scan the code, you choose how you want to represent yourself, and the website should update and tell you that you're logged in, that this is you, welcome, say hi. Now, if I were to do this again, and instead choose to create a new identity, it will not actually try to log in this time because that part isn't hooked up yet, but what it will do is create a new key pair for this service and present it as a service that I have previously used. As such, I can see here that I used it a few seconds ago. I can see that my key begins with AL00WQ and so on. I can see the favicon that the colors are taken from, and I can see the domain and the identity of the service provider. If I were to once again scan the ID, the login request, it will this time show me that I have linked identities and the last used identity. I can keep making identities as many as I wish, and so far they all look like gibberish strings, so there's really not much of a purpose. I'm going to dismiss this identification request by clicking dismiss. The idea here is that under menu you are supposed to be able to share personal information, and that is part of the BitID specification. In the authentication request, the service provider is capable of giving a list of information that it would like to know about the user that is authenticating, such as the first name, last name, what email address it has, if it has a Twitter or Facebook account, if it's a specific profile picture it should be using, and so on and so forth. And by enabling sharing personal information, you would, when you create accounts, choose which information to share, and it would store them. So instead of having a key name, you would have the name of your account on that service, the name that you choose to share with them, listed here. And well, this pretty much sums up the state that the application is in at this moment. I could make a few examples of how well it works with other sites. For example, I can scan um, a fake yours.org entity and create an empty identity. You can see it ends up there. If I do it again, I can show you how it looks when you have more than one identity listed. Well, this is pretty much all there is to it. It's not supposed to be managing any of your money. It's not a wallet. The entire purpose of it is to act like a password keeper without passwords. And even for that, it's more of a demo of how to use it rather than an end user application, because I am not a programmer that you should be trusting with your money when it comes to these things, and your identity is valuable. But that said, this is how it looks. Thank you.